don't think I've ever done a haul video before, so I think this is a first for me. This is a whole big fat pile of stuff that I bought at Office Depot yesterday. I went to the store to check and see if the Inkwell Press planners were out yet, and they were. I'll get to them at the bottom of the pile. But there were a number of items that were on clearance or featured, and I ended up succumbing. These pattern collection Post-its, I've used them for a couple of years now. These tabs make great, instead of tab dividers in a ring planner taking up space, these make a good divider, especially in like note sections. I use a label maker and then they look pretty good. And then the little flag ones are good in most of the vertical planners that I've used over the years. So I picked up a few more of those. I think that style is going away, so I needed to grab them while I could. Picked up two of these. I've already opened one. This is a set of apple-shaped, school-themed Post-it notes, and there's two of them. I bought them as much for the school theme as for the color coding. My son's color for everything is red. He's colorblind, and red is one of the few colors he can see cleanly. And so I thought this would be good for little school notes and things that we need to remember related to school. And it's got a fun little pattern on it, which I didn't notice when I was purchasing them. Green, my daughter's a big fan of this lime green lately. That seems to be her favorite color. So I figured we could use those for her. So those will be put to use pretty quickly. I've already got a few things in mind to use them for. The whiteout. I'm a fan of these. I don't really like scribbling things out in my planner or elsewhere. I just think it adds to visual clutter. And I have decided I like the Bic brand the best. It seems like it doesn't peel up quite as much as whatever other brand I've tried before. Even though I liked the smaller dispensers for the other brand. But my son kills these. Like, he tries to use them and he manages to unravel the tape and snap it. And then once it's snapped, there's no going back. And I've tried to resuscitate them and put them back together and have had no success. So I'm hiding these away so he doesn't get to see this video and know that I actually have 4 in reserve for when he breaks my next one. These two little pencil cases, I actually flipped these. It bothered me that the mint green and this teal color weren't the same. These were originally together, and then the clear was in this orange one, but I swapped them. This is going to go to my daughter. She's got a big fat pile of colored pencils rolling around in her bag, so I'm going to give that one to her. And then this one's going to be mine. And there you'll see that it matches some things that I have in this pile here. This next pile was not part of the plan, but I'm a complete sucker. Every time it's time to put out the new planners for the year, there's always a few designs that catch my eye and I consider whether or not they might be a good fit for me. So I picked these two up. This layout is new and I'll do a separate video on it. At a Glance has their, I think they call this their At a Glance collection. And they've been, I think it launched 2 years ago. I remember buying a daily planner that was spiral bound, and I like the clean lines that they use inside these planners, but some of the layouts and some of the sizing have been problematic. But I think this has potential because its size is a standard, once you get rid of some of the binding, 5.5 by 8.5, so I might be able to use this in another way. I'll do a separate review on that. And then this is a layout they've had before in a smaller size and a much larger size. This is more in the middle. Again, it's pretty much a 5.5 by 8.5. And this is actually a surprisingly nice PU leather cover. The spiral seems pretty well made, and they seem to have fixed the problem they had the first year where the spirals were too small for the binders, and so it was very difficult to open and close them. So I'll review that separately. And then here is what started this whole crazy spending spree, is these Inkwell planners. I was hoping that they had them in stock because when I looked online, they were showing quantities in stock, and I got lucky and they had a couple of them out. They had the one set of the monthly, this design, which I think is very attractive. They had 3 of the classic weekly monthly layouts, and they had the meal planner out, the meal planner. They did not have the big desk pad yet, which is one of the things I was actually looking for work. And they didn't have, what's the other thing that's being offered this year? There's like 5 things total. I don't remember, but whatever it wasn't out yet. These were only out by a fluke. When I asked about the desk pad, He said they only put these out because they had them in and they were tired of having essentially a basically empty aisle, because after they took down all the academic planners, 2/3 of the aisle was empty. So he doesn't have a planogram yet. He's not technically supposed to have some of this merchandise out, but it was better than empty shelves. So I'll have to check back for that desk pad. So what was supposed to be just a quick drop by to look for this and the desk pad turned into a little bit of spending spring insanity, but I've been good all summer. I haven't really bought anything planner-wise. So that's about it. There's my Office Depot haul.